You guys, it's Taco Tuesday today, and hopefully we got you covered with some good props to pair with the tacos. Let's get into it. All right, so before we get into today's board, I do just want to touch on a couple of updates that I made to the 9 to 5 PrizePicks cheat sheet. So what I went ahead and did is I updated some of the data points to have the over and under percentage added in there. So you'll see two of them. We got the over percent. This is going to be without the juice in there from the sportsbook odds. And juice is in there for sportsbooks to kind of make sure they're never losing an edge, essentially. And so you do need to adjust the data out for that. So we can see this bet that's minus 177 is actually about a 60% likelihood to hit. Now you'll also see this other number here, over percentage, no vig. I didn't really know what to name it. But this is going to be based off of the PrizePicks line. So at the Vegas line of 1.5, it'd be favored about 60% chance for him to get the over there of 1.5. But given the fact that PrizePicks has their line set at 2, it's about a 51% chance. And so that's going to be true with this tool. It's kind of set up that way as well. Still going to have the classic over and under odds, but we're also going to tell you what those percent odds are suggesting as well. Just hoping that people can make better educated decisions. Now, the thing with it is a typical Taco Tuesday board that we are getting today. Very tight board, okay? And also one thing I just want to call out as well, for this tool, for those that are 9 to 5 members, if you're not, it is $10 a month to get access to this and all the fantasy golf tools as well. I want to call this out because all these props that are 0.5, they are a little bit skewed a little bit in terms of the probability of them hitting. And there's really no way around it. It's just kind of that kind of stat. Like total bases is kind of like the same for like soccer shots on goal or shot, where the Vegas line isn't as predictive as typical. Just want to call that out as well. But yeah, it's a very tight board today. It's going to be much more of a game theory day. And I'm actually kind of excited for the NBA props. We don't really have any NHL or MLB props, as we can see. Like if we sort by this, we're getting one that's 54% hitter strikeouts, not terrible. And then another one that's hits, runs, RBIs, not terrible as well, 54. And I would say that would be the goal, is at least 54, but really probably just staying away from those ones. And like same thing here. These are all 0.5 for the PrizePicks line. I don't really want to touch those. Maybe we could roll with this one. Block shots for NHL, 55% likely to hit. That's fine there. Austin Reeves assist. The average sportsbook line has it set at 4.2, 52% chance. Yeah, we're probably just not touching those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into NBA. So I do want to touch on this one. This Jimmy Butler points prop is extremely interesting to me. He should be able to get the over. Don't get me wrong. And especially, I'm assuming that it's the playoffs, a playing game. I'm expecting these players to get heavy minutes, especially like Jimmy Butler. So I think we're going to expect closer to 37 minutes. But let's just look at his games against Atlanta. 26 points only, 15 points. And then he had another game as well, 3 games, 34. So he has been able to get there in 2 out of the 3 games, but he is only averaging 25 points in 3 games, which is actually more than his point total. His point total on average is 22.9 points on the season. So he actually has played better against the Hawks than he has other teams. And so I guess that'd be the encouraging thing. And given the fact that he's probably going to get heavy minutes, then he should be able to get the over there. Now, on the flip side of that, we look at someone like Trae Young. Trae Young has played 4 games against Miami. Miami's went 3-1 against the Hawks, okay? Trae Young has actually really struggled. So we look at his average points scored on the season, 26.2. Pretty good. Now, against Miami, that is completely different. Against Miami, he's only averaging 21.4 points. Oh, no, sorry. That's in 17 career games against Miami. Only 21.4 points, okay, which is already crazy. This season in 4 games, 19.8 points, shooting 35% and 21% from the 3-ball range. I was hoping that we would actually be able to get a 3-ball prop out of Young. I'm not seeing that one pop up, but that'd be an interesting one. The biggest issue that we're going to have today is literally the fact that all the best ones that we would get are going to be ones that'd be better just single bets on a sportsbook rather than with PrizePicks. But yeah, if he's going to struggle shooting, if Miami's going to defend him well, I don't mind the under here, okay? For Trae Young, under points to pair with Jimmy Butler's Taco. I think that's one of the better ones that we're getting on paper. I don't love it though, but obviously Miami has been a tough, difficult matchup. Now, I do want to touch on the other game as well. We know that Rudy Gobert is going to be out tonight, and they're playing. So with that, what's the expectation for Minnesota? Well, Anthony Edwards should be able to go off in theory. Like, once again, I'm expecting all these players to be able to get heavy minutes. Now, maybe the Lakers play a little bit better defensively. We'll see. But Edwards, in games without D'Angelo Russell and Rudy Gobert, it's about 700 minutes thus far this season. His per 36 production is 29.1 points, already over that, 6.8 rebounds over that, and 5.5 assists over that. He averages 2 steals and a block. So 3 total blocks and steals. Free throws made is 10. So this one we could do the over as well. And his per 36 production is 51.3 points per 36 with Rudy Gobert and D'Angelo Russell off the court this season. So to me, that's a prop that stands out. Now, yes, we wish that game was going to be a little bit closer. I guess there's the potential for a blowout with Minnesota, but at the same time, that's going to be intriguing. And then we also look at Cat. And anyone think that they're actually going to be better with Rudy Gobert off the court tonight? Interesting thought there. But Karl-Anthony Towns only has about 250 minutes going into the sample size, but he averages 30.5 points per 36, 11.1 rebounds, 5.7 assists, about a block and a steal per 36, and only about 2.6 free throws. For what it's worth, he does average 5.5 fouls. They're tossing in these random props in here, hoping that people bet them, and people will. But his per 36 production is pretty good. 55.6 fantasy points per 36 with Gobert and Russell off the court. So pretty awesome stuff there. They both have a usage rate of about 30%. So the biggest question that we have is how many minutes can we expect from those two? I'm expecting Karl-Anthony Towns to play, and if he does play, I am expecting over 36 minutes, like 37 minutes. Same thing for Ant-Man as well. Then I expect their usage rates to be extremely high, like 39 minutes in the last game. That's what I'm expecting. And if that happens, their props are too low. They just are. So they'd be good props there. Then one other one that I want to touch on as well, the fourth one on the day, is actually going to be looking at Kevin Love. You know, it's the playoffs. I expect these players to get more minutes. Kevin Love has been someone that has been extremely productive in limited minutes. Let's just look at this. Over the past 5 games, he's been able to get over this twice, but he's been able to get to 7 points 2 times. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a peek at his minutes. And the only issue with this is obviously it's tough because, well, you can't pair it with Jimmy Butler. We would have to run it back with someone else, but maybe there's a little bit of a stack there. Looking at Kevin Love, 9 minutes against Orlando, got 8 points, 19 minutes against Philly, 7. 17 minutes against Detroit, 7. 19, you guys get the picture. If he gets 24 minutes, I expect him to be able to get over. And given the fact that's the playoffs, I kind of expect him to get more run. I was hoping that we could get over like 1-3 made. I was hoping for that one. But I also don't mind the idea of points and rebounds. I feel like that's going to be a good prop for him as well. Once again, I'm just expecting with the playoffs, I think he's going to get more run. It just makes the most sense, especially in the play-in game. Like it's win or go home. So I like Kevin Love, especially points and rebounds. I think that's going to be a good one. And then heck, if the game gets close, could we look at him for potentially maybe free throws? Maybe. And then for what it's worth, I also do really like Anthony Davis over fantasy score as well. With Rudy Gobert not there and, you know, maybe Towns gets into foul trouble, Anthony Davis should be able to feed. This seems too low, and especially with the Lakers probably getting a lot of minutes. Like he should be able to get 37 minutes. That should be a strong one there as well. LeBron, you expect to have a good game, but that number seems a little bit too high for me. So, you know, the tail end of the NBA season, it was a lot of fun given the stacks that we were able to do. Well, now it's kind of the exact opposite. I would say we can go back to just betting 2-leg bets, but these are going to be my favorite bets on the day. Do I feel great about any of them? No, they would make better bets as single bets on a sports book rather than to pair with a taco, and especially a taco in which Jimmy Butler should be able to get over. Don't get me wrong, but it does worry me slightly. But that's all for today. Good luck on the slate. Hopefully we have a good Taco Tuesday, and I want to make that clear. Like I'm not doing that 6-leg bet there. I would bet them individually. All right. So have a good slate, and as always, let's keep cashing.